Have you ever watched the movie Enola Holmes 2? The movie spirals around Sherlock Holmes' younger sister and her attempts to find a missing person. However, this all changes when Enola gets spiderwebbed into a huge mystery that nobody was expecting. But what if I told you that much of this story was actually based in truth about an event called the Matchgirls strike? It all started in 1861 when the Bryant and May factory was founded by William Bryant and Frances May. The factory was established for the production of safety matches and could produce about 300 million matches a day before selling them at a huge undercut to their competitors. However, to do this, the employees that worked there were often recruited from the streets and paid very little for the 14-hour work shift that they endured every day. The job of the girls was known to include dipping, wrapping, cutting down, and boxing matches, standing the whole time. They also did this while in a stuffy, non-ventilated factory with about 2,000 other girls. On top of this, the girls could also be penalized for simple offenses such as using the bathroom, talking, having an untidy workspace, or even dirty feet. With the average pay of a match girl being about 4 to 8 shillings a week or $30 to $60 today, these pay docks could often be detrimental to the girl's survival. This was also said of the women who worked at home producing the boxes. To work in the comfort of their own home, the women would have to pay for their own glue and string, leaving little profit from the 2 1/4 cents that they were getting paid per gross. In order to cut costs even further, the company used white phosphorus, which is infamous for causing phossy jaw, or a vascular necrosis. Phossy jaw is a type of bone cancer that can cause the jaw to swell or even fall off, with most cases ending in death if left untreated. The sad part is that the whole catastrophe could have been avoided if the company would have simply agreed to use red phosphorus, which is much safer. But the company simply denied due to the fact that white phosphorus was less expensive. The factory would continue to work this way until change started occurring. The change which started in 1888 when social reformer Clementia Black spoke to the Fabian Society about the factory. In the meeting, she spoke of the working conditions in the factory and the huge dividends that the stockholders were receiving in comparison to that of the workers' measly pay. At the end of the meeting, she issued a strike on the factory, with her peers agreeing with the notion. Among them was Annie Besant, a journalist who was shocked with this newfound information. The following day, Annie would go to the factory and question the girls before publishing an article named White Slavery in London. In the article, Annie states, Bryant and May, now a limited liability company, paid last year a dividend of 23% to its shareholders. 2 years ago, it paid a dividend of 25%, and the original €5 shares were then quoted for sale at €18. The highest dividend paid has been 38%. The fillers get 3/4 a gross for filling boxes. At boxing, wrapping papers on the boxes, they can earn from 4 shillings to 5 shillings a week. A very rapid filler has been known to earn once as much as 9 shillings in a week and 6 shillings a week sometimes. The making of boxes is not done in the factory. For these, 2 1/4 a gross is paid to people who work in their own homes and find your own paste. Day work is a little better paid than piecework, and is done chiefly by married women, who earn as much sometimes as 10 shillings a week, the piecework falling to the girls. 4 women day workers, spoken of with reverent awe, earn 13 shillings a week. Besant would even go on to speak about the phosphorus, stating that it caused yellowing of the skin, hair loss, and phossy jaw, a form of bone cancer. The whole side of the face turned green and then black, discharging foul-smelling pus, and finally, death. With the truth out, Bryant and May immediately denied the allegations, even attempting to force the girls into signing a statement to dismiss them. But to the company's horror, the girls simply refused, agreeing with Annie. In an attempt to get back at the girls, the factory ended up firing a group of women, to which in response, about 1,400 women walked out of the job. With the strike quickly gaining the support of the public, Bryant and May sales drastically dropped, with the company losing a significant amount of profit. The strike ended on July 16, 1888, after 16 days, with Bryant and May agreeing to have a meeting discussing the terms of the Matchgirls ceasefire. The meeting ended with Bryant and May granting most of the strikers' requests, with the main improvements including an end to fines and deductions, a pay rise of 5%, a reduction in working hours, improved ventilation and sanitation, a recognition of the union, and a reinstatement of the sacked worker. Happy with the concessions, the women returned to work. However, one of the biggest effects of the strike didn't come until 20 years later, when the White Phosphorus Matches Prohibition Act came into law. The White Phosphorus Matches Prohibition Act banned the use of white phosphorus in matches and would punish all companies using it. The effect of this would help to almost completely eliminate the disease in London and greatly decrease the amount of deaths from it. The Matchgirls strike is widely regarded as the first time a union of unskilled workers had succeeded in striking for better pay and working conditions, and helped bring awareness to the labor rights and workplace conditions in a business environment. It also gave the working class a new awareness of their power, and unions sprang up in industries where unskilled workers had previously remained unorganized. The Matchgirls strike would forever change the world, the struggle they endured proving crucial for the forward movement of the world that was so necessary at the time. By working together, the women were able to bring the changes that they wished to see into reality. They changed laws, formed unions, and represent an absolutely critical example of how, after decades of low struggle and disappointment, a militant movement can revive. It is thanks to them that most employees now don't have to work excessive hours for little pay. It is the courage and spirit of these women that would help make the future more bright. And by carrying on their memory, we share the same hope that they had all those years ago. The hope for change.